Yes, sir!
What is up, guys? This is Michael C, and you're watching episode 4 of Away Talks. It's been a little bit since I've made Away Talks, but here is another one, episode 4, and it's one that I actually recorded a few weeks ago, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I was gonna upload it and everything, and it wasn't the exact same topic as what this one is gonna be, but it was kind of sort of related a little bit. But anyway, I had it recorded and everything, like a 20-minute long video, and I went to upload it. And when I went to, or not upload it, I went to edit it. And when I went to edit it, it wasn't showing up. Like I couldn't upload it to my computer. And then I went to check my camera again to see where it was, what was going on, and it wasn't on my camera. So, long story short, I have no idea what happened to that video. I don't know if like a ghost went and deleted it and just didn't want me to upload it or what, but I don't have the video anymore. But we have this one now, or we hopefully will have this one. If you end up watching this, then that means that it was successful, obviously, that it's saved and that we got it, that we're good to go. So anyway, let me whip my hair up and all that. I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now. It looks kind of rough. Yeah. So we're about to take care of that while I talk to you guys. So just 1 second. All right, we're ready to go. And today we have the Mizani and we have the Asian. I think that's how you say it. I don't know for sure, but I think that's how you say it. But anyway, what today's video is going to be about is basically, it's kind of like me personally, like my personal experience this year and just leading up to right now. But I mean, it is kind of just general. It can relate to everyone, but it's kind of just, losing and gaining motivation, like this kind of motivation coming and going within lifting, powerlifting, just lifting in general, and also kind of talking about something that's going to be coming up for me within the next 4 weeks, just over 4 weeks now, which is going to be my next meet, which I'll talk about that later on. But first, I'll kind of get into the motivation, the lack of motivation, and so on and so forth. So, as most of you know, starting off not being able to talk, but anyway, as most of you know, obviously this year has been kind of wild, to say the least. There's been a lot going on. The most prominent thing in terms of just training or not being able to train, things like that, was obviously the shutdown that happened like pretty much right after the Arnold in March. And you guys know, what happened at the Arnold. It didn't go how I would have liked for it to go, and that was obviously really disappointing at that time. And coming off of that, I got right back to training, and not too long after that, gyms were starting to get shut down, and everything else was starting to get shut down as well. So thankfully, I was able to get some equipment to be able to still train at home during that period of time. But if you have a home gym, or if you've been at a home gym, then you know that it's not quite the same as being able to train at a full gym with all the equipment available to you. And that's even more so the case when you're someone like me who really depends on some of those movements for overall health and just for additional volume that you can't necessarily get through comp movements, through just throwing on extra squats, extra whatever. Sometimes you have to utilize those accessories to be able to get that additional volume without overly taxing yourself. So, long story short, thankfully I was still able to train during that time, throughout the summer and whatnot, but not having access to the accessories, belt squats, leg curls, those are the main two that really helped me. But just accessory in general, a lot of other things, it started to kind of take a toll on training, and my training honestly during that time was just complete garbage to say the least. So that just kind of started to attribute to me kind of just losing motivation to train. Not in the sense of I didn't want to train anymore, but just more so it just didn't really hit the same. I wasn't really excited about it anymore, and that kind of carried over even after gym started to open back up. So it was like for a little while, training kind of started to feel a little bit more like a chore than actually being excited to go in and train on any given day. And some of you might know, some of you might not know, but it's okay to go through those periods where you don't necessarily feel like training. But when you've been doing it and it's just a part of what you do, then you just kind of do it whether you feel like it or not. But it was like when it starts to become a longer period and you're starting to feel like it's a chore more often than not, then it's obviously not a good thing, and it's gonna lead to your training not being quite as good. I don't know why I'm like focusing on my beard right now. I should be getting my hair first, but anyway, back on track so I don't lose my train of thought. But anyway, that kept on even after gyms were open, and it continued for a while. Like I would have times where I would be excited about training, and then it would just be right back to I don't really feel like it. It's starting to feel like a chore almost. And what really played into that even more, or made it worse, was the fact that during this whole time, during the shutdown and everything, because I didn't have access to everything, like I said, those things keeping me healthy. Oh, I'm using the wrong thing for the video. This is the can too, by the way. I didn't say that I was going to use that. I said I was going to use this, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this. But I mentioned the health aspect as well, and that really took a hit on me. So after the shutdown happened, like a couple months after it started, I started to get a bunch of aches and pains and just little things that started to come up from not being able to cover all those bases the same way. So just lower back, knees, adductor, wrist pain, just a bunch of little things kept popping up, and it was a little period of time where it was like no matter what I did, I just wasn't feeling healthy, wasn't feeling 100%, wasn't feeling strong or anything. And not to mention I was still dealing with shoulder issues and other things like that. So it was like those things just continued to get worse. So it was like at that point, man, training just wasn't really enjoyable. Along with the fact that, because of the way that this year has been, I didn't really have anything to look forward to in terms of meets or anything like that. I honestly wasn't even sure if I was gonna do another meet before the year was up until, the last couple of months. But yeah, I was just dealing with all that. And it's not like a boohoo, sad story or anything like that. Like I don't. It's whatever. It's all just a part of you know doing this little sport or just lifting in general, just training in general. We'll all like go through it at some point. It's just a part of it. So it's not like a boo-hoo thing. It's more so just kind of talking about it. But anyway, yeah, just going through that, and it came a point where I had to just kind of change my mindset about things, like just get back into that mode, get back to where I was before, of just learning to really enjoy training again. And to do that, I kind of just had to make myself enjoy it. I had to like convince myself, I don't know if it makes sense, but I had to like convince myself that I am enjoying training, even when I wasn't. Even on like some days, like on just say the days that I'm just benching or whatever, or like a tertiary day. Normally I just go in and just do it and then just be done with it. But it was like when I was really going through that, where training wasn't as enjoyable anymore, I had to just go in even on those days and really just focus on the training and just start focusing on all the little things again. So that's really what I've been doing for the past couple of months, ever since I decided, like I said, that I'm going to be competing again. I don't remember if I said that or not, but I am going to be competing, and I'm actually 4 weeks out now. So deciding to do that meet and really just focusing on all the little things like I did, like every little thing with my bench, focusing on everything in terms of my setup and just execution, and some things that we've changed with programming. Marcellus and I, we've talked over and we made a few changes with that. So focusing on all those little things, focusing on really on every little thing across the board that I can focus on, and again, like just learning to enjoy the process again, and not trying to put pressure on myself like I normally do, like not putting specific things out there, specific like lofty goals, but more so, just going in, I'm just gonna get through prep and, just show up and have a meet. And, I think that's really helped a lot, just changing my mindset a little bit this time around. In addition to, sorry, that's my cat just like opened my door. So he does that, so that my room isn't haunted. All the noise that you hear in the background is my cat. But anyway, yeah, that's helped a lot. And also just getting into that competing mode again. Like this year has been kind of crazy just as a whole, and at the end of the day, I still enjoy competing. So there's something different about, actually being in meet prep and getting ready to do a meet. It brings out a different type of feeling. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just makes you, want to really like focus, really dial in on training. Cause it's like when you're just training, when you're just doing whatever, it's like, okay, I'm just training. But when you're actually getting ready for a meet, it brings a different mindset to training. Like on my little Saturdays or whatever day might be your primary day or whatever it may be, it just brings it makes you want to bring a different type of intensity. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do these past 8 weeks or so. And I mean, honestly, training as a whole, it hasn't necessarily all been great. I've had some off days, but for the most part, I feel really good about how training has gone. And especially here recently, right now, I feel the healthiest that I've felt in a long time. And I'm not just saying that just all over. I feel really, really healthy right now. And so I think that's been really contributing to just having better training overall. And like, just in order to stay healthy, just really being on top of movements, and, you know, making sure that I'm giving myself enough time to warm up, not overly warming up, but giving myself enough time. And, you know, just being on top of accessories and everything else, all the things that I can control. So all that has helped pretty significantly. And I'm not gonna throw any numbers out there yet for this meet, but I just know that I am 4 weeks out. And some of you might have already known before this video, some of you might not know, but now you do know. So I'll talk a little bit more about the actual numbers, the goals for the meet and things like that in the next video. But for now, I just wanted to kind of put this out there. And, you know, maybe you can get from this, if you go through those periods of losing motivation, then that's okay. But if this is something that you truly enjoy, something that you truly see is like a part of your life, then you'll get past that. And, you know, if you really want to get yourself past that, then pretty much just convince yourself that you are enjoying your training. And I'm not saying like force yourself, like drag yourself in and just you know, train or whatever, but it's like, just put yourself in that mindset, like whether it be listening to music or, you know, whatever habits you might have that really like gets you in the mood to train. Just do that. Really drill in those little things, and I think it'll help a lot with, you know, just training in general. Because generally, when we're more motivated to train, then training is going to go better, and vice versa. When you're not as motivated, when you're kind of just dragging yourself in there, then you're more likely to have not so good training. So that's really all that I have to talk about for this one. So real quick, let's see what the hair looks like now. It looks a lot better. Much better. This is my weak side, so don't mind this side. It looks alright, but you know. And the back. So yeah, that's 15 minutes is a day is all it takes. Maybe you too can join if you're not already a part of the wave team. So yeah, that's what we got the do-rag right here. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk. And yeah, like I said, I'm about 4 weeks out now, so you guys will be hearing and seeing more about this meet leading up to it. I'm not gonna, you know, announce, oh, this is my road to 800 kg or anything like that. I'm just gonna, you know, train, and like I said, I'm gonna let you guys know soon what the goals for the meet are in terms of numbers and things like that. But right now, all I'll say is that we're not specifically shooting for 800 kg this time around. I think I'll absolutely be capable of 800 plus kg, but that's not going to be the goal for this meet. The goal for this meet is going to be to just go in and execute, go 9 for 9, and have a good meet. And that's all I'll say for now. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I think this is a little bit too tight. But yeah, if you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you did enjoy, then you know, dislike it. And tell me that you didn't like it. Tell me what you didn't like about it. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time.